This video is a must watch for all art students preparing for JAMB 2026. In this video, we're going to solve over 10 most repeated CRK questions. So if you're coming across this channel for the first time, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Many persons think CRK is a very simple subject that they can easily walk over, but that's not the truth. Questions like this can easily mess you up in the exam hall. The first question we have for today says, what was the condition of the earth before the creation of the world? What was the condition of the earth before the creation of the world? Option A, light indifferently separated the earth. B, the heaven was very close to the earth. C, the earth was without form and void. And D, the earth was inhabited by spirits. The correct option to this question is option C, the earth was without form and void. And we can see this in the Bible in Genesis chapter 1 verse 2. The earth was initially formless and empty, and darkness was over the surface of the deep. This highlights the sovereignty of God as the one who brings order out of chaos. So the correct option there is option C, the earth was without form and void. The next question says, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus referred to his followers as dash. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus referred to his followers as dash. A, the king of the earth. B, the salt of the earth. C, the masters of the law. And D, the sons of thunder. The correct option here is option B, the salt of the earth. Jesus referred to his followers on Mount Sinai as the salt of the earth. Now, Jesus needs this metaphor to explain the role of Christians in society, to preserve moral values and to add flavor, that is, influence the world through their good works. So the correct option there remains option B, the salt of the earth. Question 3 is a very interesting question and a very popular story among Christians. It says, who was the individual that took some of the devoted things during the fall of Jericho, leading to Israel's defeat at Ai? Who was the individual that took some of the devoted things during the fall of Jericho, leading to Israel's defeat at Ai? Option A, Achan. B, Rahab. C, Caleb. And D, Samuel. The correct option to this question is option E, Achan. Now, during the fall of Jericho, God had commanded that everything in Jericho should be destroyed and consecrated. But Achan disobeyed God. Out of his greed, he brought a curse upon the entire camp of Israel. And this demonstrates that the sin of one individual, the sin of one person, can affect the whole community. So whenever you come across question like that, the person that or the individual that took some of the devoted things during the fall of Jericho, leading to Israel's defeat at Ai, it's option A, Achan. These particular questions are filled with so many stories. He said, Moses led the children of Israel through which body of water during their escape from Egypt? This is also a popular story that many persons must have heard about. It says, Moses led the children of Israel through which body of water through their escape from Egypt? Option A, the Dead Sea. B, the Sahara Desert. C, the Red Sea. And D, the River Jordan. Now, option B is already out of the ball game. The Sahara Desert is not a sea. It's not a body of water. So option B is out of the ball game. The options left are option A, C, and D. Option A is also out of the ball game. Yes, option A is out of the ball game. So the options left are option C and D. The correct option is option C, the Red Sea. This was the ultimate act of divine protection. God parted the Red Sea to allow the Israelites to cross on dry lands, while the pursuing Egyptian army was drowned when the waters returned. So this was the story when Moses had to put his staff in the water and the Red Sea divided, it parted, so the children of Israel can walk on dry land to cross the sea. While when the Egyptians came, Moses also dipped his rod into the water, and the water closed and swallowed the full army of the Egyptians. The next question says, the healing of the paralytic was intended to show that A. God alone can forgive sins. B. Jesus has authority to forgive sins. C. Prayer is the only way to heal. And D. Faith is not necessary for healing. The correct option here is option B. Jesus has authority to forgive sins. Before healing the man's body, Jesus said something. He said, your sins are forgiven. And also, when the scribes came to question him, he also replied them. He said, he healed the man to prove that the Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins. That was his reply to them. So the correct option here is option B. Jesus has authority to forgive sins. The next question says, who among the following was a king of Israel after the kingdom was divided? Who among the following was the king of Israel after the kingdom was divided? A. Sennacherib. B. Jeroboam. C. Pharaoh. And D. Tiglath-Pileser. The correct option here is option B. Jeroboam. Now, after the death of Solomon, the kingdom splitted. They splitted the kingdom. And Jeroboam became the first king of the northern kingdom, which is Israel, while Rehoboam ruled the southern part of the kingdom, which is Judea. So they split the kingdom into two, the northern Israel and the southern Israel, while Jeroboam was king of the northern Israel, of the northern kingdom, which is Israel. Rehoboam was the king of the southern kingdom, Judea. Now this question says, by whom did the Lord heal the blindness of Saul, which is Paul, in Damascus? By whom did the Lord heal the blindness of Saul or Paul in Damascus? Don't forget, Saul got blind when he went to attack the children of God, Christians in Damascus, and he was struck blind by Jesus Christ himself. So the question says, by whom did the Lord heal the blindness of Saul in Damascus? Who actually healed him? Option A, we have Peter. B, we have Barnabas. C, we have Ananias. And D, we have Stephen. Now, the correct option to this question is option C, Ananias, and not Barnabas, Peter, nor Stephen. Now, after Saul was blind on the road to Damascus, God sent Ananias to lay hands on him. This happened after 3 days. Paul was blind for 3 days. When he laid hands on him, scale fell off his eyes and he was baptized, marking the start of his transformation into Paul, the apostle. So his name changed from Saul to Paul. This question is coming from the trial of Jesus Christ. It says, who was the prisoner released by Pontius Pilate in place of Jesus? Who was the prisoner released by Pontius Pilate in place of Jesus? Option A, we have Barnabas. B, we have Barabbas. C, we have Bartholomew. And D, we have Silas. The correct option to this question is option B, Barabbas. If you observe the spelling, the first option A, we have Barnabas. That is Barnabas. Option B, we have Barabbas, Barabbas. So the correct option here is option B, Barabbas. He was the prisoner released by Pontius Pilate in place of Jesus. During the Passover custom, Pilate offered to release a prisoner. The crowd, stirred by the chief priest, chose Barabbas, a renowned rebel and murderer, over Jesus, leading to Jesus' crucifixion. So the correct option here is option B, Barabbas. This particular question is centered on Joseph's life, the life of Joseph. It says, Joseph's dream about his future leadership over his brothers was fulfilled when he became A, Potiphar's overseer, B, an influential prisoner, C, the second in command to Pharaoh, and D, an interpreter of dreams. The correct option there is option C, the second in command to Pharaoh. That was when his dream came to actualization. After interpreting Pharaoh's dream about the famine, Joseph was promoted to Vizier of Egypt. Some persons call him the prime minister, but the right word is the vizier of Egypt, which is Vizier. You can take note of that. His brothers later came to Egypt to buy grains and bow to him, fulfilling the dreams he once had as a youth in Canaan. So the correct option there is option C, the second in command to Pharaoh. This is the final question for today. It says, Abraham is portrayed in the Bible primarily as A, the miracle worker, B, the Lion of Judah, C, the giver of the laws, and D, the father of the faithful. The correct option is, don't worry, I won't tell you the correct option. Drop it in the comment section. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like buttons, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also share it with your friends who are also preparing for JAMB, so you guys can be ahead of others in the forthcoming JAMB 2026. See you in the next video. Till then, stay safe.